Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Welcome to Monday. Oh, on this 12th day of February, it's our daily show. CJ Nasello, RiverBender.com, Roku TV. We got a great show for all of you today. And you know what's wild? I think I'm the only person in town, well, maybe like 5% of us, that didn't celebrate either Mardi Gras or Super Bowl Sunday. You know, I was busy. I had the chance to go see Cora Miller and the Alton Community Service League and their wine tasting. That was fun to see a few folks, and they did a great job with that. Then I stopped by Alton Little Theater and had some of my fill of the best country music, and they all did a phenomenal job, and they gear up for the 4 posters. So I was just ready for bed this weekend, and I hope all of you that did go out made it home safe and had a great weekend all the way around. At 9:02, here's what's happening around the River Bend. Make sure you sign up for your daily email update where you can join myself and, 70,000 people in the know each and every day of the work week, as my good pal Ray Hartman would say, with Around the River Bend every morning at 7:30. We'll take you to Edwardsville first. Madison County State's Attorney Tom Hain and Alton Police Chief Jarrett Ford did announce that a third defendant has been charged in connection with a shooting that critically injured a 13-year-old girl. The third defendant, identified as 24-year-old Keith A. Sanders of Alton, is charged with first-degree attempted murder, contributing to the delinquency or criminal delinquency of a minor, and aggravated battery with a firearm. The charges against Sanders were filed Tuesday, but they remained under seal until he was taken into custody. Sanders was taken into custody without incident during a traffic stop conducted by the Alton Police Department on Friday afternoon. The charge of attempted first-degree murder alleges that Sanders, or one of those conduct he is legally responsible for, discharged a firearm in the direction of the girl. The charges of contributing to the delinquency or criminal delinquency of a minor alleges that, quote, Sanders encouraged a minor to become delinquent by advising the minor of the presence of a particular individual at a specific location, knowing that information would cause the minor to act in a violent manner. The victim suffered a gunshot as she stood on her front porch of her house outside on Highland Avenue on the afternoon of February the 3rd. Hain said he expects the evidence to show that the girl was not a targeted victim. Hain and Ford had previously announced charges against 2 others, Alvin Perry III, 19 years of age of Alton, and Rashawn M. Colvin, 19 years of age of Alton. The girl was transported to a St. Louis hospital where at the time of the publication Friday, she remained. Hain and Ford noted that the case remains under investigation by the Alton Police Department. Detectives and additional charges could be announced. Hain said, quote, I commend the Alton Police Department for its diligent work and, just as importantly, I commend the public for its cooperation in this investigation. Our community has demonstrated once again that it will not tolerate violence, particularly the type of senseless violence that leaves an innocent girl fighting for her life. Chief Ford said the following: the Alton Police Department is grateful to have the support of the community in our continued efforts to keep our neighborhood safe. The victim and her family remain in our thoughts and prayers. Hain has filed petitions seeking pretrial detention for the defendants, meaning they would be held in the Madison County Jail until trial. And please note, as always, all suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Out of Granite City, Recently unsealed charges containing additional details about Granite City police officer involved shooting have been released by the Madison County Circuit Clerk's office. The suspect, Donald J. Fries, was later killed in a shootout with two officers from the Illinois State Police, the United Marshal Service, a Cape Girardeau County Sheriff's Office, and Cape Girardeau Police Department. In total, Fries was charged with 5 felony counts, including 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder and 1 count of aggravated battery with a firearm, along with aggravated discharge of a firearm and unlawful use or possession of weapons by a felon. The first 4 counts were Class X felonies, while the 5th count was a Class 2 felony. As previously reported on RiverBender.com, the Cape Girardeau Police Department received an alert about a car driven by a suspect involved in the Granite City officer shooting and located the vehicle and suspect around 8:35 p.m. on February the 7th. Officers attempted a stop, but the suspect continued and a pursuit occurred. Police used stop sticks at the Bill Emerson Memorial Bridge to stop the suspect, but he drove into oncoming traffic to avoid them. The shootout occurred after the suspect drove across the bridge into Illinois, where he was stuck while trying to drive through a field. He then barricaded himself in his vehicle and then fired a long gun at law enforcement, according to the state police. Law enforcement officers fired back, and Fries was shot and killed. Also in the news, Dalton Brown reporting out of Edwardsville that several people have been charged with various forms of theft across Madison County, including one man from Kentucky and another charged with theft of labor, services, or use of property, according to court documents. Thomas P. Healy, 60 of Arnold, Missouri, was charged with theft of labor or services or use of property on January the 11th. Healy reportedly failed to return a power washer valued at over $500, which he had rented from the Lowe's in Alton, according to court documents. Healy's case was presented by the Alton Police Department, and he faces a Class 4 felony. Court documents indicate he was released upon his signature of conditions of pretrial release order. Rory C. Waddle, 37 of Springfield, Missouri, was charged with 1 count of retail theft of over $300 on January the 7th. Waddle allegedly stole multiple packs of Pokemon trading cards in the total value in excess of $300 from the Walmart located at 1040 Collinsville Crossing in Collinsville. Waddle was charged with a Class 3 felony in the case presented by the Collinsville Police Department. He was released upon his signature of conditions. Donald E. Chambliss, Jr., 38 of Alton, was charged with 1 count of theft on December 27. Chambliss allegedly obtained control over various stolen power tools with a combined value of over $500 but less than $10,000, according to court documents. Chambliss was charged with a Class 3 felony in the case presented by the Madison County Sheriff's Office. Court documents indicate he was released upon his signature of conditions. Robert S. Panowski, Jr., 63 of Calvert City, Kentucky, was charged with 1 count of theft and 1 count of unlawful possession of methamphetamine on December 27th. Pakowski allegedly stole a water heater valued at less than $500 from an individual and was found to have less than 5 grams of a substance containing methamphetamine in his possession. He faces a Class 3 felony for the meth possession charge and a Class A misdemeanor for theft. His case was presented to the Madison County Sheriff's Office, and court documents indicate he was released upon his signature. And please note, as always, all subjects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Out of Edwardsville, Madison County Treasurer Chris Lesser has proposed a plan that will allow senior citizens in Madison County an automatic extension for their senior citizen homestead exemption. The new proposal to be voted on at the County Board Finance Committee next week. A quote from the treasurer: "We should be reducing pointless red tape whenever we can. We've recently found a clause in the state statute governing that senior citizens exemptions allowed for automatic renewal if passed by the county board. Once someone turns 65 and they're given the exemption, automatic renewal only makes sense. It's not like they're getting any younger," Slusser said. "In Illinois, we have the second highest property taxes in the country. Senior citizens are often the hardest hit by this property tax burden. This is the least we can do to make things easier for them to receive the savings they are eligible for. This resolution does that and makes a lot of sense." Slessor spoke with new Chief County Assessor Denise Shores, and she indicated her office was on board and supportive of the move. Shores previously held the position of Chief County Assessor in Coles County, where the automatic renewal was already in place for seniors. Under this plan, no senior will have to worry about missing their renewal paperwork again, said Slessor. This will make life a lot easier for more than 25,000 senior citizens in Madison County who are currently receiving the senior homestead exemption. Every year, we have several hundred seniors who fail to turn in the renewal paperwork, and they miss out of real estate tax savings. This resolution prevents that from happening. Slessor also said that 1,500 to 2,000 seniors turn paperwork in late each year. That late paperwork is still accepted if received within the current tax year and triggers the treasurer's office to send a corrected tax bill, adding thousands of dollars in additional cost to taxpayers. The bulk of savings will be in the county and township assessor's office. Tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars are spent each year sending out the renewal notices to seniors, as well as the labor costs to process them. The senior citizen homestead exemption lowers a homeowner's assessed value by $5,000, which results in an annual tax savings of $350 to $500 for homeowners. The Finance Committee will take up a resolution at next Thursday's meeting. Once it passes, it will go before the entire board at the February 21st County Board meeting. I'm very supportive of this resolution, and I expect it to pass unanimously, County Board member Chris Guy, a Republican from Maryville, said in a statement. Guy also serves as the chairman of the Finance Committee. A few township assessors were resistant to change. However, once passed by the county board, the automatic renewal will apply to the entire county. In lighter news out of Wood River, Five Below fills the vacant space anchoring the shopping center near Walmart. They opened their doors at 672 Wesley Drive in Wood River, and it's now open. Five Below Inc. is an American chain of specialty discount stores that price most of its products at $5 or less, plus a smaller assortment of products are priced up to $25. The next closest Five Below stores are in Fairview Heights and Florissant, Missouri. Wood River city officials, members of the Wood River Business Alliance, and Five Below staff celebrated the grand opening with a ribbon-cutting ceremony Friday morning before the store officially opened. Here's a quote from the mayor. "We are excited to have Five Below invest in Wood River. We know they will be incredibly successful," Tom Stallcup said during a ribbon-cutting ceremony. Wood River is centrally located and close to multiple major highways, making us a perfect location for new businesses. Wood River Five Below is open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m. and on Sundays from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. For more information, you can call 618-356-1961. Out of Alton, Sacred Spaces of Care will host a fundraiser on Saturday, February the 17th to raise money for the organization's programs to support mental health in the community. Megan Tyler, the executive director, explained that the organization just celebrated its first anniversary and has stayed busy connecting people with resources and working with the Alton Police Department to promote officer wellness and crisis intervention. The trivia night, scheduled for 7 p.m. at the Alton Wood River Sportsman's Club, will fund these initiatives for another year. The organization uses grants and donations to work with the police department. Sacred Spaces of Care is often on the scene when there is a mental health crisis, and they make it a point to follow up with community members and help them connect to resources in the aftermath. Tyler also worked closely with Alton Police Chief Jarrett Ford to create initiatives focused on officer wellness, from healthy eating and sleep hygiene to dealing with trauma exposure. The organization also works one-on-one with community members to connect them with mental health and substance use resources. Sacred Spaces of Care has partnered with Chestnut Health Systems to promote substance use disorder recovery, and they are offering community trainings to keep people informed about mental health, substance use, and homelessness. The trivia night will address this, And there will be a few testimonies and personal stories shared in between rounds. Megan Tyler, that executive director, said the night is going to be, quote, a blast with the silent auction, cash bar, and lots of trivia to keep people guessing. It costs $100 to reserve a table of 8. You can reserve your spot online by using the hyperlink on the RiverBender.com article. And please note that all proceeds will go back to the organization. And Megan Tyler anticipates a great year ahead with more resources and bigger events and the future. For more information, you can visit sacredspacesofcare.org. Colin Feeney filling us in. Out of Edwardsville, members of the Edwardsville combined basketball team, a co-ed team of players with special needs, played an exhibition game on Thursday night at halftime of the Tigers girls varsity game against Belleville West at the Loco Jackson Gym. The team, divided into white and orange squads, played the game in preparation for the regional finals, which will be played at Edwardsville's gym on Saturday at 9 a.m. The two teams played at the gym with tremendous support of the fans, cheering loudly with each basket scored. The players all received a great ovation at the end of the game, and the crowd remained in place at the half to see the outstanding performances. A 50-50 raffle was also held, with all the money raised to go towards the team. The winner of the raffle donated his winnings back to the program. A total of $108 was raised for their program. Let's take a look at weather. It's not like it was on Friday. Let's take a look at Clark Bridge before we give you this forecast today. You can see the cold Monday morning. A few cars on the road, but I think anyone that doesn't have to be at work is going to be sitting in until at least the afternoon. Today will be cloudy this morning, and some more clouds and some sun peeking in this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy. Temperatures will reach 46 degrees today and drop down to 28 overnight as we head into Tuesday. On Tuesday, a high of 52. A low of 33, and then on Wednesday, a high of 56, a low of 44. On Thursday, you're looking at a high of 49, a low of 30. And then on Friday, a 71% chance of the winter mix that they called for today. A high of 41, a low of 26 on Friday, but right now as it sits at 9:17 on this Monday morning, the 12th day of September. It's 35 degrees. It feels like 36 for time and temperature throughout the day. Give this number a ring, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. And for that shot of downtown Alton and the Clark Bridge peering on into the Missouri side of the Metro East, you can see that in real time at RiverBender.com/weather. We got a busy show today. We're going to be talking to Team Piasa here in a couple of minutes' time, and then after that, we're going to be talking to Woody and the Backpack Bandits to get the latest on an individual that he encounters that is going through quite the journey, and we're going to get all of the details on ways that we can support. But, you know, real quick, I want to give a big shout out to Alton Little Theater. They did a great job. They sold out both nights of the best country love, and everyone did an awesome job. You know, what I thought was kind of unique is they left it up to the artist's interpretation, you know, where, you know, just like Leaving on a Jet Plane, Mary, Peter, and Paul, right? Well, John Denver did it too, and someone did his rendition of Leaving on a Jet Plane, and all this great music from young performers to a little bit older performers. Everyone did an amazing job, but they're already gearing up. That's what was fun. This was held in the auditorium in the foyer of Alton Little Theater because in the back, they happen to be having a play getting ready to go, I don't know, just in about 4 days. And it makes sense because the 4 poster is here in 4 days. A touching play that really focuses on the trials and tribulations, the laughter, sorrows, hopes, and the disappointment that comes with 35 years of marriage. The show bears witness to the magnificence of marriage, and the two performers are just wonderful. I had the chance whenever I was getting ready for Elephant's Graveyard and then, you know, kind of watching them rehearse and seeing Kevin out there leading the charge. I mean, they are doing a bunch of really good work, and this is going to be an awesome play, perfect for Valentine's Day. You know, Best of the Best was a great date night. The wine tasting for Community Service League, a wonderful night. But this is something really cool. You know, think about it, especially if you and your sweetheart have been together for a couple of years. How nice would it be to go to Alton Little Theater, see a performance that's based on 35 years of marriage, and then, you know, whether or not you go eat before or after, make a little night out of it. Head on to, you know, one of the nice restaurants around town, and then you're good to go. How about that? All you have to do for ticket information is go to altonlittletheater.org. You see it on your screen, altonlittletheater.org. Get your tickets now. The show runs the 16th, 17th, the 18th, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and the 25th. All the information awaits you at altonlittletheater.org.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
My peace of mind, 'cause you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman.
922, welcome back. A nice Monday recovery. You know, I just think it's funny because I'm sure, you know, everyone kind of assumed, I think, you know, around me that I was going to go out and have fun this weekend, but it's kind of nice, you know, being a little bit more, you know, non-headached and ready to seize the day. We were supposed to be talking to Tabi Mitchell and Team Piasa here in a couple of moments, but I don't know if we had a little bit of an issue or a scheduling problem. But that's okay. While we're waiting, and we'll see if she joins us. If not, we'll move on for now. We're going to take you to events happening this week because that's part of my job. So while we're waiting on Tabi Mitchell to see if she's going to join us, we'll go ahead and take you through what's happening around the Riverbend this week. And at 5 p.m., this is the big one. Lindsay Kennedy Evers-Meyer, a local, just real soccer superstar, soccer stud when she was playing and now coaching for Swick. She will be enshrined at the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame 2024 Winter Enshrinement Dinner. That takes place at 5 p.m. at the Gateway Center in Collinsville. At 7 p.m. at the Heartland Quilters Guild Monthly Meeting Night. Now, that's over in Wood River. That seems like something that's really a great thing to be a part of. A little bit more detail on this. This was founded in 1984. The Heartland Quilters Guild is a not-for-profit organization dedicated to the education of its members. Meetings are held on the second Monday of the month at 7 p.m. and the last Tuesday of the month at 9 a.m. You can contact them for further details on how you can be a part of their meetings. And, you know, one group that I'm always excited to be a part of is the team over at 3rd Street Realty, because quite frankly, they're the best. If you're looking to buy, sell, or if you're in the situation where it's time to foreclose, there's only one person you call, and that's Lisa Webb. She's truly the best at what she does. The reason I like her is, listen, She doesn't look at you as a commission. She doesn't look at you as a price tag. When she worked with me, it wasn't because, oh, look, CJ's a local talk host that's a multimillionaire. That's not how local talk shows work. She just worked with me because I'm a normal person. We're all normal. We're all people. And that's what I think Third Street Realty does better than anybody. They really walk with you on your journey. They don't just say, all right, give us a call when you figure it out. I mean, they're with you every step of the way. And especially if you're a first-time home buyer out there, how refreshing is it to know that there's a company, there's an individual willing to work with you? And they aren't looking for you to give them a ton of money to do it. I mean, I was in my first home with less than $500 down because of the work that Lisa Webb and her great team did. And what I think's great, if you go to thirdstreetrealty.com right now, you'll see her full listings. And what I think's great is there's something for everybody. Whether or not you're a house flipper out there, maybe you're into getting into the DIY game, or maybe you're looking just to have a few investment properties. There's some there, but there's also a ton of beautiful homes that are ready for your family to start the next chapter of your life. So with that being said, whether or not you need her now, in a couple of months, or in a year, thirdstreetrealty.com, thirdstreetrealty.com, and give Lisa Webb a call today, because I'm telling you what, once you do, you'll never go back. You could also hang out with Lisa Webb and I on the third Wednesday of each month with Third on Third with Third Street Realty. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of Third Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. Third Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit thirdstreetrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. prices you can trust, and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Like Jesse James, still trying to make a name, knowing nothing's gonna change.
I'm glad. Oh, we aren't talking about 3rd Street Realty anymore. I'm just glad that someone else is feeling like I am today. You know, Tabi, everyone at home's going, yeah, you didn't go out last night, CJ. Go ahead and keep lying to us. I promise. I think it's just the weather. You know, there's got to be something. We're getting the cobwebs shaken out. Coming up on March the 16th, the 3rd annual music trivia at VFW in
Wood
Wood
River
River.
VFW, yep.
Now, this is really cool. How'd the first two go?
They went fantastic, actually. We've done it a couple times in the past. Normally, every other year, we would try to switch off between trivia and quarter auction. And I hate quarter auctions. I absolutely hate quarter auctions. So if I'm taking something over, I'm going to do something I absolutely love.
Right.
And it's never going to be quarter auction again.
Are the TV ads coming out next?
Oh my gosh.
Well, you're right. I'm not really that big into that type of stuff.
No.
I'm more of a lively, let's do some music trivia, or like the music bingo is kind of fun too. All those things to really get
anything with music, honestly. I'm all in. I'm good.
So when did you take over the reins?
I am the event and fundraiser coordinator anyway, and then they just decided nobody wants to do with this anymore. So I'm like, okay, trivia. I think I can do this. So that was a few years ago, and I mean, it's gone off since then. We started off with not very much and really no help at all. And now we have over 200 people that usually come every year. All tables are usually booked with a list.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Tons of baskets. It's awesome.
That's really cool, and especially because the proceeds for this go directly back, right, to your fund.
They
right?
go back to our grade school kids, so pre-K through 6th grade, and we have to pay for a lot.
Fill me in if it's okay.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, even when it comes to like laminating film, technology for the kids, assemblies, field trips, and then you have the fun stuff too, like our end of the day school fun day that we do.
Yeah.
That's all day. We have a very large budget for a very small school.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and that's kind of what I was wondering, because it seems like smaller schools, especially in smaller districts, have to work, 10 times, 20 times harder to keep up with some of the events that the bigger districts do.
Oh, yeah. They get the funding that comes in, and we just kind of get what's left.
Yeah.
So it comes down to like parent groups and stuff like that have to do a bunch of the stuff, or the kids really don't get anything fun or anything.
And you know what's crazy? I've never even thought about it like that, because I have city officials on all the time from smaller towns, and I understand the breakdown for population and all of that.
Yeah.
But for districts, it's so hard for me to wrap my head around that, because you would just think that every district would have at least the same foundation, in terms of their budget breakdown, but that really isn't the case.
Oh, no. And our district is weird too, because we have about 7 to 8 really small towns that all go to one school.
That's wild. You're right about that. That is, and so whenever you're doing something like this, now that we're kind of talking here, when you're putting on an event that has 7 different towns, sometimes it's hard to get everyone on the same page.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, well, our 3 main towns usually we're pretty good with working together. Our schools are all mixed up as it is anyway, but it's really, really difficult.
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, and especially too, it's a really kind of cool for me to just kind of be the observer in this, and knowing that without you and the team and Piasa Team, I mean, there'd be a lot of groundwork to cover.
Yes. Oh yeah.
What do you do throughout the year because I'm sure there's other things that y'all are doing nonstop to ensure that you can keep everything going and everyone happy.
Yeah.
What do you guys do throughout the year?
Usually towards the beginning of the year, we have selling things. So we do like gift cards. We do our own Piasa Team shirts. We even have a shirt that was made that says small towns, big pride, and it has all of our little towns.
That's really cool. I like that.
I love it. And then we do events, which I'm an event person anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we do this one. We have a glow run that we do towards the end of the year. Basically, we have to keep going nonstop or everything's going to go out the window.
Absolutely. And whenever you're putting on these events, is at this point, is it pretty safe to say that the folks understand what the mission is of Piasa Team and why you kind of have to be out there? No?
Other people do when they start getting involved, but when it comes down to like other parents, they kind of, there's still those parents that are like, why are we still doing this? Why are we still paying this? Shouldn't this be something that our school district should be paying for? And I label it out. Like, I'm like, this is our budget. This is what we have to pay for.
Right.
And they don't really.
Well, and I'm sure a lot of it's kind of what my thought was, where you just kind of assume, we're in a district, you're at a public school, that would be kind of taken care of. But I mean, it's really eye-opening to hear that.
Yeah.
And really just to hear that you guys have to do these type of events. It's not really an option.
Well, people think that we pay, basically what we pay for is the fun stuff for the kids, which is not even close. I mean, we give money to every single teacher just so they can afford some stuff for their classrooms.
Now that's something too. I mean, the fact that teachers don't get paid very much, and then they have to spend, $300 or $400 probably every year to get their classrooms, functioning. And it's not like, at the higher levels of education, it's a little bit different, I'm assuming. But when you're younger, you kind of have to have all of those different components of your
There's
your
a
classroom.
lot more.
Yeah,
you have to have a lot of things to keep them entertained.
So take me through. So you supply the teachers with a budget, with a certain amount of funds to get them going each year, and then you have the fun days for the kids, and also you said something about technology.
Yeah, so we pay for basically our grade school tech, second grade tech, and it's basically like we have weekly readers. They all have laptops up to fifth grade and over. So there's different programs that we pay for that they can have that helps with all their classwork and everything like that.
Goodness.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun.
So, I mean, that's not what I think's unique about this is there's not a lot of other clubs or organizations that provide so much in terms of, going down the gauntlet of programming and tech and then teachers' supplies compared to any other districts. I mean, that's really impressive.
And then fun days for the kids. So we end up having Kids Night In. For our 3rd and 4th graders, where they get a movie night, and then 5th and 6th graders will do like a sock hop dance and have all of this fun stuff, because we still want to make sure that we have fun for them and with them.
Well, and no matter where you live, you should still have the same school experience.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's why, I mean, not joking, I mean, it's just amazing to me that you would think that the state would there'd be some type of portion or budget that would at least keep you somewhat even keel throughout the year instead of relying on organizers.
Yeah.
Now, how many are on the team, on Piasa Team?
So we have 3 on our board. Yeah. Our meetings are really fun. So I usually have about maybe a principal, because our grade schools are split up between ages.
Yep.
Yeah. So in one town, which is Medora, is 5th and 6th graders.
Okay.
About 12 minutes away. In Shipman is 3rd and 4th graders. And about 10 minutes from that is Brighton with pre-K through 2nd grade.
That's got to be tough on parents.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you have a 5th grader and you have a preschooler.
And then you have the high school and middle school together in between those towns, and technically another town called Piasa.
I don't know how else to ask this question. I mean, has there ever been any conversation to maybe rework that? Has that ever been talked about?
So that actually just started about 8 years. It started in 15.
Okay.
It used to be each bigger school had their entire set of kids,
right.
Pre-K through 6th grade. And then we started losing teachers.
Oh.
And so we had to basically get everybody together and rework it this way. It kind of works, but it just kind of doesn't. Like, we live in Brighton. My kids ride their Brighton bus to their schools. If we miss that bus, it's who wants to be late today, guys?
Right.
Show of hands. Anybody? Are we drawing straws today?
Well, especially because, I mean, if you have to work or anybody's got to work and they miss a bus, I mean, you're driving 15 minutes, especially, rural roads.
Oh, yeah.
Then getting back to work.
Yep.
Wow. I mean, I really had no idea about this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, this is why it's all the more important to go out and support everything that you guys do, because, I mean, you have to be in existence in order for so many of the, I mean, I hate to say it, the day-to-day of the school to keep kind of functioning.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, everybody's so great. So since we're small towns naturally, like, we come together pretty easily.
That's what I was wondering.
We have that really good small town feel, and we're all really, really close. Everybody knows everybody. And we do as much as we can just to make sure that the kids have whatever they need and want.
Is it pretty easy working with the administrators too and all of that? That's what I was wondering, because they have to know how much work that y'all are doing.
They are absolutely amazing. I'm at all of the schools pretty much daily. And they, every single time, they're usually the ones coming to my meetings, along with some teachers.
Well, that's cool too.
Yeah. And they're like, so what do you need? I'm like, do you want a list, like just this, for just this week or the whole month?
Yeah,
what are we talking about? They're amazing.
Well, and it's kind of fascinating because, you know, there's only two school bodies that I really see all the time on Facebook or anything I do, and that's Alton's Athletic Association and then your guys's. I mean, that's really it. I mean, in terms of being active and really getting the word out.
I am huge on advertisement. So... yeah, I'm trying to bring as many people and make it bigger than ever.
That's really cool. Hey, do you have a moment to stick around? I know we were supposed to talk about music trivia, but I kind of got side. That was really fascinating. Well, we got a little bit of a treat here going. 9:41, we'll take a quick break and we'll learn more about this music trivia I was supposed to be talking about right after this.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. I know you see it on your screen. I just kind of got distracted. You know, I've never really learned about them. You know, what school?
Southwestern District.
I should have said that off the microphone. Well, and two, I mean, it's really fascinating to hear. I mean, you would think those are issues that you would have in, like, when I think rural, you know, deep Midwest where there's a stop sign and that's it. But this is like, we live 10 minutes away, and there's
Yeah.
such differences. It was just amazing to me.
Yeah.
Really amazing. And it kind of just kudos to all of your guys' hard work, because
Yeah.
you can't, I mean, you guys have to work hard.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up on the 16th of March at the Wood River VFW. That's a nice spot. Really a nice spot.
I love them.
Third annual music trivia. Fill me in, because I told them that's what we were talking about. Save me. Save me.
Okay, well, the Wood River VFW has always been absolutely amazing to us. They've worked with everything that we could possibly ask for, which I ask for a lot. I'm a little needy with my events. This year we have 25 tables up for grabs. We only have 12 left.
Wow.
And it's only been up for a little bit. We always have our sponsors, tons of baskets. I was looking at last year, we had 50 baskets between raffles and silent auctions. Everything was donated. We always have a beer barrel. Last year we had a generator. Oh yeah,
that is a unique gift. I mean, that's actually a hell of one to win.
Oh, it was beautiful.
I mean, seriously.
I didn't know it was coming. And they're like, hey, we have something heavy. I'm like, oh, cool. Oh my gosh, okay.
Like a for real generator.
Like a generator.
That's incredible. Yeah. I got to be a part of this one. Those are see, I like when it's fun prizes, you know, that are different.
We have like a grill that has a bunch of grilling items in it. So we asked our age groups, our classes, to send in donated items, and each grade has its own theme. So 6th grade is lottery. I have a literal lottery rake that is covered in lottery tickets every single year. Obviously, that's the highest bidding one.
Like like a yard rake?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then there's a little bow and a sign that says raking in the cash.
I like that.
Yeah,
Very
get a
creative.
gift card tree, like a little cute little tree with $300 worth of gift cards on it.
Now that would be good. I've always wanted one of those, not even to win, but just to set in my kitchen room, in my kitchen
take off
table.
every
Yeah,
once in a
you
while.
know, where you just don't want to cook and you just go, Jimmy John's.
Yep.
You know?
That's
Wonderful.
a brilliant idea.
Wonderful.
It's a brilliant idea.
Thank you. So we got that. We amazing gifts, or amazing prizes, basket raffles, 50-50. 50-50 is probably going to get pretty crazy at this thing.
Yes, it is absolutely insane.
I've only been doing the community calendar for 2 years. I've done radio for a lot longer, but I'm starting to realize what's the 50-50 like madness events, and this is definitely one of them. I just got a feeling about it.
Yes, it is absolutely crazy. That's usually our biggest thing. 50-50, and then there's always some of the middle games and stuff like that. That's always fun. We have a new DJ this year.
Oh, cool.
And I am super excited about him. We've been to some of his events. It is Big Papa G Entertainment.
Oh, he's wonderful.
I absolutely love him. He is so easy to work with. I don't know how I didn't find him before.
And you don't have to do any work. I mean, you just call him and he takes it from there, you know?
Which is fantastic, because I didn't know that was possible. Over the last several years, I came up with all of the questions myself, did all of the answers, did everything.
No way.
Oh, yeah. So 80 songs. 80 to 100 songs by myself. Which I'm a music person anyway, so I'm like sitting there jamming out. I'm like, oh, this would be a good one.
But all the stress on that, and then I have dropped more than 80. And then what happens if you mess, like every once in a while you're doomed to have an issue, you know? I would be the guy that always gets the darn question wrong before it starts.
Oh, I've been called out before.
No way.
Somebody's like, that's not the answer. I'm like, I'm sorry. Put what you think it is and you'll get points.
God love Big Papa G for saving the day.
I was so excited. Well, he's like, do you just want a DJ or do you want my show? I'm like, can I have a show, please?
Just do it.
Just do everything.
You got and then that way you could focus on other things, you know, that you're very strong suited at with the team.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I have more time for everything.
So we got what are some of the what's some of the silent auction items? Did we hit on a few of them? We got the lottery tree.
So we usually do the lottery tree. We have probably another generator this year.
I love it. That's a great gift or a great prize.
Yeah, and then let's see. Oh my goodness. That's a really good question.
That's okay. You know what we call those? Teases.
Yeah.
Because you have to go and find them. You already got floated with. If there's a generator going to be at this event, that means there's going to be
beer barrel.
Beer barrel. There's going to be tons of other great prizes. I mean, you can't just. Whoa.
Oh, there's a Gateway. We have Gateway Grizzlies tickets. I believe we have Blues tickets. We have Cardinal. I think we're getting Cardinals tickets. Holiday World. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is awesome. You're pulling out all the stops for this. Well, and that's what I think's really, really cool about it, because it really shows that you don't need to have, and that's what's so funny here. People think we have like 100 people working for us. We have 6. We have 6. And it's just no different. If you have a small team, they can do just as much and probably 10 times as much as a large team when you're all on the same page. And that's what it seems like with this.
Oh yeah, we're really good at working together. There's a couple of us that have worked on pretty much every event with Piasa Team and outside of stuff together, and it's really, really fun. That's great. And no, there's still tables available, correct? Yeah, we still have tables, and then we always leave 2 tables off to the side to where if you can't, because it's tables of 8 for 120. If you cannot get a table of 8, if you only have like maybe 3 or 4 people that want to go, we're selling individual tickets. Oh, cool. So, and you could possibly be teamed up with another 3 or 4 people and just make your own table and probably win. Now that would be fun. Could you imagine like putting together like just a slapstick A team, that goes out and wins it all? Oh yeah, that would be fantastic. It's possible, and it's all possible. Woody's getting ready to join us here in about 20 minutes time, but it's all possible on March the 16th. I've really enjoyed this because I'm learning so much about the school district I would have never thought about before. Yeah. And now so we have music trivia coming up. This is going to sell out. It always does. Oh yeah. And this is why I'm kind of not being funny about it. Get your table now if you want to be a part of it, because you will not have a chance to in a couple of weeks. Honestly, in a couple of weeks, it's probably going to be sold out, and we're going to have a list. No, it's stressful to put events on. Anyone that's done this for a living or just done it for a side hobby or anything really, it knows how it sucks. I mean, it really is. It's stressful because you always have that feeling of what happens if no one shows up. Yeah. Number one. Number two, what happens if we don't meet our quota? Mm-hmm. And then there's all these thoughts. Is it now in the part where for music trivia where it's so streamlined that it's kind of you're easier to breathe a little bit around this time, or is it still a little bit of nerves? It's yes and no. Okay. Where it's not really as nervous to where nobody's going to show up and we're not going to do as great. It's more of, I need to make this better. Yeah. And what can I do to make this better every single year to make sure I keep hold of people, which I don't think that will be a problem. Uh-huh. But I just need to make sure I add more and make everything better every single year. Really fascinating. And now after this, what's the next event coming down the pipeline? For Piasa Team, it's Glow Run. There we go. What day do we have a date? May. It's the first Saturday in May. I got May the 4th be with you. If that is the Saturday. Hold on here. You're right! That's incredible! That's incredible! Really good at guessing. Piasa Team is on fire right now. So with that being said, we've talked, I told you 10 minutes, and then of course here we are 30 minutes later, but really fascinating to hear how the district operates and how you guys are able to provide so much. I mean, that's incredible. Keep up the great work, and anytime you want to come back on, you're more than welcome. Seriously. Perfect. We'll get the word out always. At 9:52, we'll take a quick pause. We'll come back, and I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet. That's when it gets scary, and I have a chance of getting canceled. We'll find out after this.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe, rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back. 9:55, a little bit of change on this Monday morning. What do I got coming up? We're wrapping up the 9 o'clock hour right here on RiverBender.com, Roku TV, anywhere you get your podcast. You know, we've gotten so many Roku TV downloads, and I'm not claiming credit to that. I mean, it's just really cool to see us, you know, growing in every way possible, and I want to thank you all for tuning in and always hanging out with us. With that being said, there is one thing I wanted to fill you in on before we did our top of the hour news brief, and that's out of Godfrey. We don't have time to fill this into the newscast. Lewis and Clark College students will have the opportunity to mingle with representatives for various colleges, universities, and even military branches during their spring transfer day. It will be held from noon until 2 p.m. Wednesday, February 21st at the Commons. There will be dozens upon dozens of different universities that will be on campus that day, including Eastern Illinois University, the University of Illinois at Springfield, Central Methodist, Webster, Illinois College, Southern Illinois University, Maryville, Lindenwood, Blackburn, University of Missouri, St. Louis, the U.S. Air Force, UMSL College of Business, U.S. Army, and the U.S. Marine Corps. For more information, or if you want to be a part of this is a great way, especially if you're a student currently at Lewis and Clark and looking to add another couple of years onto your resume. This is exactly how you do it, by going to the spring transfer day and getting everything ready to roll for that next journey in your career. Hey, coming up in just a few short days, actually 10 days, Thursday, February the 22nd, is the fundraiser for Hope Autism Clinic, who is just a wonderful partner to us. This is their Glow Bingo fundraiser, and we already talked about this with Nikki, and she told us this ain't your grandma's bingo. You got to be at least 18 years old to attend. Cash bar, and they want you to enjoy. There's a bunch that you could win at this. $25 in advance for tickets, $30 at the door, but here's the problem. They need you all neoned up and ready to glow. You're going to have fun all night long. It starts at 5 p.m. at the Edwardsville Moose Lodge at 1561. That's the Moose Lodge number. Woody, I do get paid to do this job. At 7371 Marine Road in Edwardsville at the Edwardsville Moose Lodge, 1561. Tickets are $25 in advance, $30 at the door. It comes with 6 bingo cards for 10 games, a glow hat, and a dauber. Now, like I said, you have to be 18 years old to attend. It's a cash bar. They need you to bring your own snacks. They need to take notes from John and Kathy up there. We had the best snacks at the mouse races. And then my dad brought a little something, Chef's Kiss, and you guys could do it too. Thursday, February the 22nd for Glow Bingo. Over $1,000 in cash prizes. The only thing left is you and your friends to attend. You can click on the RiverBender.com wallpaper, and it will take you directly to the Hope Bingo event page, or for more information on Hope, it's hope.us. That's hope.us. We're coming up on the top of the hour, and we'll hit you with news right after this. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Timber!
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Said I don't wanna leave you lonely.
Oh, just a brief newscast today at 10:03. We got Woody Peterson getting ready to join us from the Backpack Bandits at 10:03. Make sure you sign up for your breaking news alerts, and you'll never miss out by downloading the RiverBender app. We keep growing, and it's really cool to say that. I mean, to come onto the show every day and really mean everything I say, it's pretty cool, because we all know in media, sometimes you gotta, kind of beat around the bush a little bit, but every day our team keeps growing. We're doing great things on with this in-house staff, and all you have to do to stay a part of the growing is by downloading the RiverBender app. You get your breaking news alerts just like you would the Big Four, and I highly encourage it. But at 10:03, here's what's happening around the Riverbend. News did break Friday. Madison County State's Attorney Tom Hain and Alton Police Chief Jarrett Ford did announce Friday that a third defendant has been charged in connection with the shooting that critically injured a 13-year-old girl. Here's what we know. The third defendant, identified as 24-year-old Keith A. Sanders of Alton, is charged with attempted first-degree murder, contributing to the delinquency or criminal delinquency of a minor, and aggravated battery with a firearm. The charges against Sanders were filed on Tuesday, but they remain under seal until he was taken into custody. Sanders was taken into custody without incident during a traffic stop conducted by APD on Friday afternoon. The charge of attempted first-degree murder alleges that Sanders, or one for whose conduct he is legally responsible, discharged a firearm in the direction of the girl. The charge of contributing to the delinquency or criminal delinquency of a minor alleges that Sanders encouraged the minor to become delinquent by, quote, advising the minor of the presence of a particular individual at a specific location, knowing that information would cause the minor to act in a violent manner, end quote. The victim suffered a gunshot wound as she stood on her front porch outside of her home on Highland Avenue on the 3rd of February. Haynes says he expects evidence to show that the girl was not a targeted victim. Haynes and Ford have previously announced charges against 2 others, including Alvin Perry III, 19 years of age, and Rashawn M. Colvin, 19 years of age. Haynes and Ford noted that the case does remain under investigation by Alton Police Department detectives and additional charges could be announced. Haynes said, quote, I commend the Alton Police Department for its diligent work, and just as importantly, I commend the public for its cooperation in the investigation. Our community has demonstrated once again that will not tolerate violence, particularly this type of senseless violence that leaves an innocent young girl fighting for her life. Chief Ford said the following: the Alton Police Department is grateful to have the support of the community in our continued efforts to keep our neighborhood safe. The victim and her family remain in our thoughts and prayers. Haynes filed petition seeking pretrial detention of the defendants, meaning they would be held at the Madison County Jail until their trial. This charge and the statements made herein are based upon probable cause, and please note the defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The Edwardsville Rotary Club has chosen to honor Edwardsville High School student Alyssa Heiser with the Student of the Month for the award for the month of December. Alyssa Heiser was nominated by the World Languages teacher for Edwardsville High School. Alyssa is the daughter of Christopher and Dana and Timothy and Katie Heiser. She is very involved in the music department, where she has made the ILMEA All-District 6 times, the ILMEA All-State 3 times, and the Bi-State 2 times. Additionally, she is a member of the National Honor Society, the French Honor Society, the Science National Honor Society, the Symphonic Band, Marching Band, and has been working on High Honor Roll for 3 years. In her free time, Alyssa enjoys making jewelry and playing the bassoon. In the future, Alyssa would like to attend the Southern Illinois University of Carbondale or Purdue. From there, she plans on majoring in microbiology and minoring in environmental science. The Edwardsville Rotary Club recognizes a student each month, September through April. Each May, Edwardsville High School staff chooses one of the monthly winners to receive the $1,500 Edwardsville EHS Rotary Scholarship. The awards have been given since 1996, and the Edwardsville Rotary Club has given out over $35,000 in scholarships to date. Let's take a look at weather at 10:07. It's 36 degrees. It feels like 37. Cloudy this morning, and clouds and a mix of sun this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy. Temperatures will reach 47 degrees today. A drop down to 28 degrees overnight as we head into Tuesday. On Tuesday, the sun will be shining down without a cloud in the sky, a high of 52, a low of 33. On Wednesday, Valentine's Day, partly sunny skies, a high of 56. That is a nice temperature to go get some afternoon lunch, and then a low of 44. On Thursday, partly sunny skies, a high of 49, a low of 30. And then on Friday, they already took out the winter mix out of the forecast again, but it'll be put back up there by 2 p.m. A high of 39 and a low of 23. Right now, as it sits on this Monday morning, it's 36 degrees and it feels like 37. To look at this beautiful sky cam, and you can see that beautiful cloud coverage right over Clark Bridge. Man, that just looks great. Cars coming in out of downtown Alton, just enjoying the Monday morning as we're all getting back to the reality of the work week. You can see that sky cam in real time at RiverBender.com /weather. But before I take a quick break, let me fill you in on Hainer Library, because quite frankly, they are the best. I just heard the St. Louis radio stations talking all about Abraham Lincoln's birthday. which is today, coming up in just 5 days, you can see a handwritten and hand-signed copy of a personal letter that Abraham Lincoln wrote to Simeon Ryder, who was a business owner in Alton and owned the business in the building right there where My Just Desserts is. Hainer Library is bringing that out of its archives for the first time in a while. You can see this on display, and you can also see Mary Todd Lincoln's china that she owned that they had in their archives as well. Also, state historian Tom Emery will be in town to give an hour-long presentation and lecture about Abraham Lincoln's time in Alton. You can find out more information by going to HainerLibrary.org. That's HainerLibrary.org.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Stevie Nicks, a lot of Backpack Bandits. Woody Peterson in studio. I haven't talked to you in a while, man.
Yeah.
It's been like, what, a couple of months?
Yeah, I'm thinking back in like August.
Man, must have been something I said. How's everything been?
Good. We've been doing a lot of good things.
Yeah.
We did multiple city cleanups this year. A couple of them was pretty small, and then we had one decent sized one. We did a bunch of stuff in Wood River, a bunch of stuff in East Alton.
Mm-hmm. Well, you had an incredible year because, I mean, your son and his friend were recognized for saving a life, weren't they, too, in that time? Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so he was recognized, him and his buddy, for saving the guy's life.
Uh-huh.
And then my son, my other son, and a few high school students got recognized for cleaning up the town.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. And then me and my buddy Chris Stotts, he owns a business there in East Alton. We went down to the East Alton Police Department shooting range. Rhea did it, building new targets. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So I actually reached out to Wood River Police Chief Brad Wells about it, and then Alton Police Chief Ford. And they're in the midst of building a new one, and then Brad's wanting to redo his, and hopefully myself and a few volunteers can redo all of theirs too.
Well,
so.
And I just think it's great what you do because, you don't make thousands upon thousands of dollars for doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't make nothing.
No. You spend more money than you...
Exactly.
You know, I think it's incredible because time and time again, I always say there's 2 types of folks, or there's technically 3. There's folks that just worry about getting to work and getting back home, and there's others that just complain about problems, and there's others that go out and try to fix them.
Yeah.
You know?
Me, I'll be honest, man. I'm just bored. You know, I mean, for real.
Yeah.
I mean, I have nothing really to do. I mean, we do the farmers market. They're there in town.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I mean, myself and my family, we're always trying to give back to the communities, kids. You know, stuff like that. So I mean, it's all kind of taking play, I guess. You know.
Well, and too, I saw. I mean, the big thing we're here to talk about is the individual that's going through the battle of his life right now.
Yeah.
Fill me in on this because he seems like, by all accounts, I mean, he's a very nice man.
Yeah. I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah. No.
But they call him Bear. He is a homeless individual throughout Alton and East Alton, kind of like right there on the creek.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Well, I guess on this last cold snap, he was walking, and he is an older gentleman, and I guess he fell somehow, and he couldn't get up. He did something to his knee. Well, I guess he had to crawl back into his tent. Well, I guess he ended up getting frostbite on his hands and his feet, his legs, I mean, everything. And now they've amputated all of his fingers except for his thumbs. And then they just went in a couple days ago and removed from his calf down on his left foot. Now on Monday or tomorrow, they're going in and removing his foot too. I mean, this is an extreme case of frostbite.
Right.
And we have warming centers, stuff like that, you know. And you got places like Riverbend Family Ministry.
Right.
They pass out bus tokens. Well, these people, they don't really know about that. I mean, some do,
right.
You know, and word does travel.
Right.
But I mean, I don't give a shit what the guy did. I don't care if he was selling dope, doing dope, whatever.
Right.
You don't ever want to see someone like that.
No.
I mean, he is losing body part after body part after body part, and it's horrible. Like
well,
that,
and especially,
that is freaking horrible.
Rudy, what you said. I mean, there are resources out there like, you know, the overnight warming locations, but you have to still get the word out, and it does travel, but it takes quite some time because there's not a lot of ways to communicate, I'm sure, in those circles.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's just terrible when you said that. I mean, this are the effects of that brutal cold that folks were wondering why everyone was staying inside. This is exactly why. And the folks that couldn't stay inside were really struggling.
Yeah. This guy here, I posted some pictures of his feet, which he gave me the okay to do that. His feet are horrible. Yeah. Well, he literally, the night before he went and got his feet removed, or one of them, he went and jogged through the hospital. There's no way I would have been jogging through there. But, I mean, it's so surreal. You know, what happens there, because I got injured a few years back, and they were talking about taking one of my arms.
Oh, my God.
You know, and that's an emotional process you're going through in your head, you know. And now this guy, they're like every day coming in like, hey, this one's getting worse. So I kind of know what he was going through. Yeah, I didn't lose my arm, but just that emotional buildup you have to that point of amputation, you know, it's...
Well, I mean,
dude, it's freaking horrible.
When you shared the video of the gentleman wandering or taking the jog, I thought, you know,
how in the hell is he doing it?
Number one, first thought was that, but second thought was this is the last time he's going to use that foot.
Yeah, the very last time.
I mean, I couldn't mentally prepare myself for that. You could tell yourself a million times, "This is it. This is it." But I mean, you aren't getting it. I mean, you're done after that.
I mean, it sucks, you know, being in a cast with your hand broke or something because you're like. You know,
right.
You using this hand, you know, but imagine it never being there again. You know, I mean, it's just something that I don't know what we can all do as, you know, a nation to try to somehow fix the homeless situation.
Right.
I mean, they're everywhere. I mean, I've said that multiple times.
Well, and anyone that follows your page knows about it too. I mean, there's a lot of evidence that suggests that.
And, you know, if we sit there and we open up all these warming centers, well, now the taxpayers are paying it, you know, and at the end of the day, it's you know, most likely the homeless person's fault because they are homeless. You know, there is jobs out there, there is this, but it's just a hard situation to even talk about or even.
You're right.
We you know, like just say East Alton, just say the mayor wants to open up a warming center. Well, then half these people is going to be pissed off at him for doing it.
Right.
The other half's going to be hey, yeah, hell
Thanks for doing it.
You know, but then someone has to pay for it. You know, that's going to be me. That's going to be whoever, you know, out of our taxes. But there just has to be. I mean, it has to be something to be able to fix this.
And Woody, I would completely agree with you, and that's why I really like. Personally, I support the overnight warming locations in Alton and Edwardsville because those are folks that are really doing it without putting any burden on you or I.
Yeah,
I mean, those are organizations that are taking it, and I thought, well, how do you get the word out? You know what I thought was really fascinating is someone made a post and they said, well, I don't know why you're sharing it on Facebook. Well, the reason that we put it out online is because there are some folks in the unhoused population that do have access to get on Wi-Fi, but how do you get out and really tell the person that doesn't? Because I'm sure if he would have known, hey, there's an opportunity for you to go stay warm all weekend, he would have taken that opportunity.
The only people that really speak to the homeless is people like me or people that's doing that like outreaches
You're right.
or the police. Just say the last time it got cold, the police are out here working, a murder or whatever.
Exactly.
They can't go out there and say, hey, Bear, let's get you in warming center because they can't, And I mean, I'll be the first one. I mean, East Alton, I've seen them take people down to the warming center, and I know Darren and his wife Robin, they don't want to see no one like that.
No,
nobody does.
No.
And I mean, Darren's worked with the homeless squad quite a bit. I mean.
Has he? That's good to hear.
With Darren being in his spot as mayor, I mean, he can tell the police chief, hey, just go boot him.
Yeah.
I mean, he could, but I mean, Darren's not that type of person.
And that's good to hear too. I mean, that's really cool to hear.
Yeah, I mean, me and Darren has our differences and other things, but I mean, Darren is a good-hearted Christian. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's what I think's really refreshing with talking with you because I mean, you're one of those people that puts your money where your mouth is. I mean, you're doing it.
Yeah.
And it's really, but even if you don't agree on everything, you still are. You never take shots about anyone personally. It's all about about the idea that you want. It's not, and that's why I think's refreshing talking to you. In the world where everyone sucks if you don't agree.
I get the blame for everything.
Yeah, well, hell, you should.
I don't give a shit what it is. If it's a post on Facebook, I'm to blame for it. Whatever.
Well, in that hell,
if I'm going to take a shot at you, I'm going to do it to you. Well, I mean, that's just me.
I'm getting to that point too. It just happens. And with that being said, is there anything that we can do as a community to rally behind Bear? I mean, is there any, is it just kind of just awareness raising for the effects of what the cold can
just
do?
Awareness is, I mean, it's just a huge problem, but still, this guy is literally walking around with body parts just missing left and right now, and now they're talking about taking off another one. It's like,
well, and he's not.
Damn,
well, and it's not. He doesn't have tens of thousands of dollars to pay for a prosthetic
okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Was it cheaper for us to try to put him in a warming center for 12 hours?
Right.
Or is it cheaper to go amputate, 20 body parts?
Exactly.
That's going to cost hundreds and hundreds of thousands. You know what? People want to bitch about taxes raising if you open up a warming center, but now we're spending this much money on removing his body parts. What the hell do we do here?
And not even just the money. We're in a world where every hospital bed in the emergency rooms across America are full up, and hospitals are full. I mean, this is a preventable.
Yeah,
it was preventable in a way.
And he could have. I mean, I was trying to tell him days prior. Hey, it's getting cold. Get your ass down there.
You're gonna have to.
Some of them don't want to go to places like that because they don't like being around a lot of new faces.
There's a trust level.
Like now if they had like little separate places for like, hey, this group here, this, that's great. Well, no one can do that.
Right.
And you just don't want to bring a bunch of people down there where they all hate each other. Then there's fist fighting. Then there's whatever.
Well, in a lot of unhoused, I'm sure you know this, Woody. There's a lot of mental health issues.
A lot.
And so you're going to get people that are already paranoid into a room of people they don't know in the same situation. It's a tumultuous thing, and that makes a lot. I've never even thought about it that way.
Yeah, and all them places like down there in Alton or Riverbend, most of them people are volunteers.
Yeah,
we're taking time. Away from our families
exactly
to come in there, and you have to babysit a lot of them because some of them are drug users.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure that they're not overdosing or whatever. Then you just have some that are just a straight up homeless person, lost his job, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have some that has mental disabilities, and them are the ones you got to really, really just like watch because they could snap or they just have this type of mental. The whole thing's. big
you know-
shit show, pretty much. You know, I mean,
oh, there's the boss. Well, I mean, the thing is, Woody. I mean, you made a great point. It's, do you want to spend the money on providing that warming center, or do you want to have a bunch of people angry that hospital beds are filled up for preventable frostbite cases? Because I mean, they are preventable, especially when you already have the resources. I mean, you made an excellent point. What do you want to spend the money on? The medical bills or the actual housing of the individual for less than 38 or 36 hours?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think it was cold for what, three or four days.
Right.
Just say we spent $50,000 and it housed every single person in Madison County. You know, well, that $50,000 just cost just for one finger. Well, he's got 8 of them going, and a leg, and now this. And plus, he has like a lot of infections going on from all this, and
well, I'm sure.
he's not the only one. You know, he's just the only one, and that I ran across. Well, there's another one that happened the time before. You know, lost half of his hand. You know, it's just. I don't know.
Well, and you're the one that's actually, I mean, in the thick of it to know it. And that's why I think, you know, for folks that go, oh, well, this is a once in a million. It's not. It's not at all.
It happens a lot.
And especially you look over in St. Louis City where, I mean, you have the homeless camp until, I mean, it's true, until the vice president came, it was on the front steps of City Hall.
Yeah.
And they moved it. But, I mean, there's so many folks around there that you have tons of people that have no home and they have no warmth. And it's not just here. I mean, it's everywhere throughout the county and the Metro East.
Yeah.
And now, how is your campaign going? Have you announced?
Yeah, I mean, I did announce it. Campaign's going good, I guess. I mean, I haven't really started like pushing for
Isn't
it.
Isn't it wild? Local elections are a year away. I mean, we are a year away from the thick of local elections.
I'll follow the paperwork here in September, I guess. And then I guess we file the paper in September, or get the paper, and then we turn in December.
You got to get your signatures going and all of that.
Yeah, you know, and that whole election deal I'm doing, you know, if I would happen to win, I win. If I lose, I lose. I mean, I'm not going to stop working with the homeless. I'm not going to stop working with the police departments. I'm not going to. I mean, I'm not going to change.
No, you don't need a title for that.
I do feel there's some things I can bring to the village that may help them in different aspects, like the public works. Now, you got Denny Weber. He is, you know, he was there for years over the public works. Well, Denny has just, say, 35 years of knowledge. Well, I got 20 years, too, you know. We can put them two together, and there's 55 years. You know, I mean, we can all work together. I mean, I'm not going to go in there and be like a big shit show like Wood River has going on right now. You know, I mean,
well, you got to watch it too, because we still got to watch the censoring. And boss is going to yell at me, but it's all good. But you're right. I mean, there's a lot going on, Woody, and I mean, what do you think? Because in a way, I mean, you're one of the most vocal people in East Alton, in a good way, because you aren't vocal in the sense of, well, I'm just raising, you know, pitch fits, and here's my 10 I'm pitching today. You say it with substance, and it seems like, you know, what would you like to do that's different than city government that's done around around the area?
There's so many things I'd like to do, you know, but I'm going to try to hold them off until election time.
What are you seeing things that you don't like? I mean, just fill me in.
Okay, you got all right, I'm going to get away from East Alton, but like Wood River, okay. Chief Brad Wells, he went to the city council meeting and he was talking about getting a soapbox car. I think it was $500, he said. Well, you had Doc Ayers or something like that. He really asked where that money was coming from. Like, he was kind of adamant about this, and Brad's like, well, you know, we get it from drug funds and all this, but it's like, it's $500. This is gonna, you know, make a kid happy,
right?
You know, why in the hell, or why in the heck are we complaining about something like this? Like, this is $500, and then you got
like a cheeseburger.
You got some people sore about this rec center. Okay, it's there.
You're right.
Okay, it's there. Deal with it. It's going to cost millions of dollars to tear it down. Let's leave it there, and let's do. I mean, I personally went and seen it. It is a nice place.
It looks good. Well, and you just hit it right on the head. It's here. You can't do anything about
Get over it.
Get
over the wreck center.
It's done.
But you know, if you think about it, if that wreck prevents one kid, one teenager from going out and getting on fentanyl or meth, it has paid for itself.
Exactly.
I don't care what anybody says. Now, that's just me.
Well,
but
you would know better than anybody because you see this and you're handing out fentanyl kits and you're handing out all these. You're seeing it.
These drug users have to worry about AIDS, hepatitis, syphilis,
Yeah.
Tons of STDs, tons of regular issues.
Exactly.
But like I said, if this rec center just keeps one kid off drugs, it has paid for itself. But now you got a couple city council members down there. Doc's one of them. But you got Bill Detmer, okay? This guy, I had an issue with certain things, and I called the guy up. Now, I'm not from Wood River.
Okay.
This is a concern that I personally had, and I want to address him about it. He never even gave me an answer to what I was asking about. Only thing he cares about, and what he personally told me, he wants to fire Jason Woody from the Park and Rec. He wants to fire Steve Palin, that's the city manager.
Right.
And he wants to get rid of Tom. It's is that all you care about?
now,
is firing people?
Well,
come on.
You're right. And now, to be fair, we don't, we can't really say that for sure because we got to make, on an official statement. But if he's telling you that, and that's what you're saying.
That's what he personally told me.
Well, that's interesting. And you're right. That doesn't really, and if that's true, it doesn't help government. I mean, it doesn't help.
Okay, you had him at one of these city meetings. He's complaining about like $8.13 over a freaking water bill. It's like, you're talking about $8.13 here, Bill. Like, I'll give you the $8.13. Just shut up. And that's just me. But
I get it.
The Wood River issue is they get their paperwork on like Thursday, so they have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Till Monday to read over it, discuss it. Well, Bill, I don't think wants to do that. He wants to do it while it's live all over Facebook and all that. So he's trying to get his point across.
Mm-hmm.
Well, get to the point. What are you trying to prove here? You're not bettering this community. Like every time a business comes in and they're dealing with TIF money, he wants to complain about it. Well, that's kind of messing up East Alton because the more businesses Wood River has, it's bringing people from Alton, through East Alton. Well, if they stop off and buy a pack of cigarettes or whatever.
That's a great point.
That is bringing up revenue.
Point.
Well,
you're right. The trickle down.
He has single-handedly made it a point to just destroy certain people's lives instead of actually trying to build up the city of Wood River. And it's just sad, like, get over it, man. Like, get over it.
Well, and like you said, there's numerous people that I'm sure feel like you do. And on the flip side, too, of that in Wood River, there's also a very strong, favoring of in favor of that. Now, I don't know what, I'm under the impression of, like you said, it's done, move on. And to be honest with you, Woody, I got kind of numb from the whole... The council stuff.
The only thing I heard was the wreck.
That's why I quit paying attention because it turns people off.
We have drugs, we have burglaries, we have shootings, we have stabbings, we have rape cases, we have all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And this guy is literally worried about the rec center. That kids are going to be able to go there, enjoy it. They're going to play pickleball, basketball, volleyball. They have a gym in there. All kinds of stuff. Like, it is a nice place. They can make a lot of money with it if they have the city council backing them. I know a few of them are backing them on it.
Well, and too, let's be honest. Let's say it tanks. Well, if it tanks and you don't make the money you thought you did, well, then, you can say you were right at the end of the day.
Okay, sell it. You can sell it to somebody that you're going to get back your money out of it.
Well, and that's the thing. Let's just see if it works first. And if it's already here, you can't do anything about it.
I just talked to Jason last week. Back when I was in high school, we would have weightlifting tournaments,
right?
Where like you'd come in, bench, squat, deadlift,
right?
Well, let's bring that here. Let's see if we can. And I think that rec's going to pay for itself.
I think
for
so
sure.
Too. Just like you said, though. Anyone that knows anything about community and just being a part of it, if we didn't have, and I'm not saying it because it was ours, it was John's. If we didn't have the community center in Alton, there'd have been a lot more kids arrested. I'm telling you that for a fact.
Agree.
Because no one realizes. The chaperones up here, they had kids lined up around the building, 150 deep, to come in here, and that's 150 kids that at least you're chaperoning for a weekend, and they can have fun in a controlled environment, and no different than over in what you're saying in the rec. And that's really the biggest thing is, in a world where everyone's on the front porch app or front door app, whatever you call the darn thing, Woody, and you see everyone stealing your packages or whatever. now you know at least there's some kids that are being taught, hey, instead of going out and running the streets, why don't you go to the rec center, play a few sports, and just get all the aggression out?
I seen the price quotes that they posted on there. The prices are very reasonable. You know, I don't know. I just personally feel if it does keep one kid off doing drugs,
you're right.
It is honestly paid for it because there's so much drugs, there's so much homeless issues right now.
Right.
We don't need to be worrying about a kid going in there, you know, playing basketball. We need to be worrying about all these bigger issues, you know.
Exactly.
That's just how it is.
And that's why I think it's refreshing to have you on the show, because you aren't somebody, I mean, you're someone who calls people out. I mean, every time you come on, I normally get a phone call later on going, hey, well, happens. But, you know, you're honest about it, you know, and I think that's what's important, because there's folks that, and I'd never classify you as this, but there is someone that called, and, well, you know, and kind of, I hate when someone classifies themselves as an activist, because no one needs to be an activist anymore. Just do what you think's right, and then raise the issue if you need to. But whenever you come on, you're honest. You don't take away from who the person is. You're taking the fact of, here's what I wanted to do, and here's what was said to me, or here's what happened here. I think that's good.
I don't care if you're a millionaire, or I don't care if you're homeless. If you're a good person, you're a good
exactly.
person, you know, and everyone makes mistakes. I know I've made them. You've made them.
The
Pope has made them. You know, everybody
never made
makes mistakes.
You know, and I'm in local media. I had to have made some mistakes. Yeah. But, you know, Woody, I really think it's great because, you know, just like when I said this to Rusty whenever he's on, when I have Rusty on, it's the same type of situation where it's two folks that are really believing in what they're doing. You're on the ground actively doing it.
Yeah.
you know, and I think the people of East Alton are going to be refreshed by that. And I think that you're going to have a good shot at taking home one of the council seats.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I am going up against some heavy hitters.
You are. Yep.
You got Denny Weber and Kelly Fletcher. They've been there for 30 years.
Long time.
And then you got Ginger, you know.
Oh, yeah.
She knows a lot of people, you know.
That's true.
Mean, people's kind of like pushing Ginger to the side like she ain't nobody. Well, she is somebody.
Yeah.
She's been around a long time, too.
It's great to have honesty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just great to hear that from you.
Like I said, if I would win, I would win.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in. Just say I win tonight, you know, and I would go in there tomorrow, you know, even if me and Darren don't see eye to eye on this, I'm not going to go in there if Darren brings something to the table. If it's good, it's good. Now, I don't know who's all going to, I've heard rumors that there's like 20 people running for mayor now, 30 people running for trustee.
You should see Alton.
I mean,
I think we're up to 6 here, too.
I'm going to go out there. I'm going to work for it. You know, I'm not going to be lazy. I'm going to knock on doors. I'm going to kind of explain to them what I'd like to see.
Right on.
You know, what I dislike.
But
if I lose, I'm going to continue to work with like Brad Wells, Scott Golicky, Chief Ford, you know.
Well, and I like the fact that you don't act like you're your own nation. You know, towns in this, I was just talking to Slusser about this when Chris came on. Alton has an issue, and I've said it for 7 years.
Yeah.
It's 7 neighborhoods that make up one town.
Yeah.
And they're all on their own island, where we all feel like we have our own personal identity here, and then it's here, and then it's here. And in Wood River and East Alton, you're right. You're next door. You aren't like, there's no border that's separating you guys. You know, and that's what I always felt was so fascinating. Like, every town always acts like, no, this is us, and you got to take the bridge, and then here comes the gate opening.
Yeah.
We're all neighbors.
You know, and I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure Wood River and East Alton all gets along.
Oh, they do. But you're right, though, to add that conversation, though, Woody, it shows that you got to talk to those folks to grow. You know?
I just know there's a lot of good there at the village right now.
Mm-hmm.
Darren has rebuilt the police department 100%. I mean, he's got more cops. I think they're looking at some squad cars right now, I believe.
Well, I'm telling you, my brother's on the fire department, just joined, and he loves it. He thinks that it's just wonderful over there.
They actually stole one of the firemen and made him a cop now.
Oh, did they?
So
you get it done.
You know, that was one of my big issues with Darren. Like, Darren, you've been a cop. You know, like, let's build this police department up. So he has did that. He has been working with the seniors more, in which, I mean, he always has. And he is working with the youth, what Robin and Tyler's did.
I'm telling you what, they're doing some cool stuff.
You know, so
every time they come on, I'm like, this is incredible. Just keep doing it. I mean, it's going to keep.
They just had that hoedown thing.
I heard that was a huge.
I heard it was. I didn't personally go, but I did go to the daddy-daughter dance. It was my first one.
I heard it was full.
Yeah, it was full. It was a great time. Tyler was out there helping the kids do limbo, and my little girl, she just kept like going around and around. I'm like, come on, Trinity, But no, they truly did some good down there. Darren has. There's a few things, like I said, that me and Darren just won't ever agree on.
Yeah, that's just part of life.
But it's just like with me and the police chief. I may say, hey, here it is. Well, you got to have evidence to support that. We may know this is it, but they got to have it. And sometimes it pisses you off because you're like, man,
come on,
like this guy, he's doing it every single day. Let's fix it.
Woody, it's just really refreshing because in the world where everyone's I always joke and I say you can always tell who's well-meaning or who's really well-meaning because you never hold anything back, and that's why I love talking to you because everything you say is 100% for true. You don't come on and spin things.
I've been at city council meetings, and I've said the same thing I'm saying to you.
Well, and that's why I think it's refreshing.
It is what it is.
It's refreshing, though, because you're an honest person that doesn't call shots or call people names. It just here's the issues.
Yeah.
And I think that's great.
Since I've started this page, I used to get, really mad about certain things and just kind of, I don't know how I'd say it, but I'd just voice it too quick.
Yeah.
Now, I see something, I'm like, well, all right, let's take a couple step backs. Let's see what actually happened.
Let's marinate on it, yeah.
Yeah, before you just go shoot off your mouth, because, I was bad at it. I'd just go in there and just scream at Darren or not really Darren, but I'm just using him as
well, no,
a
you're right,
reference,
though. You're 100%.
But instead of just sitting back looking, okay, well, why ain't Darren doing this, or why ain't, Denny wanting to do this, Well, there's a reason. Like, we have a major, skunk infestation.
That's true.
Dude,
oh, man.
Well, you call Mike Moore, which he's over the Public Works. Well, they got to have special permits, okay? I got to have a special permit.
What?
Well, once we catch these things, it's illegal to just go drop them off. You got to kill them. Well, no one wants to kill them. For one, if you shoot them, they're
going to
spraying.
Smell.
So what do you do? This should be a simple task to catch the skunk, remove the skunk, boom, you're done.
We're going to send a film crew. I got to send a film crew.
Yeah, and you have to have, DNR. Like me, I was trapping a skunk. Well, someone called me out on it, and hell, I didn't know about a little skunk law, so I had to call DNR. They gave me a permit, so I could trap. Well, then, where do you go kill them at? And you can't shoot a gun in the city. So what do you do?
What a nightmare!
Yeah, so nightmare! Do I really need to call the police? Do I need to call the police and say, hey, I got a skunk out here. Let's take.
Yeah, let's waste your resources for this skunk.
Let's get away from chasing down murderers and let's go kill this little skunk. Like, come on.
Okay, whoever reported you to the DNR needs to go find something better to do. Okay, I'm sorry. If a skunk is sending you to the Department of Natural Resources, did you have one of those conservation police out there?
No.
Thank God.
Someone reported me, and then I called them back, and then I explained, which they were very,
They were cool?
No, oh yeah.
Oh, cool. Because, man,
I'm like, listen, I had no clue I had to, I'm like, I don't even want to do it.
No.
But
there's nothing you can do.
No, like the city doesn't have a dog catcher, in which I don't want him to, he's going to ride around with 100 skunks in the back of his truck just spraying the hell out of the town. For real. My buddy is Detective Stewart from Alton. Should I call Detective Stewart? Hey, Stewart, I got a skunk problem down here.
Yeah, I got about 7.
Stop looking for the guy who just did this and come fix my skunk.
Yeah, I know you've been up since 4 a.m, but I got 4 skunk back here.
Tell you what, let's get to Alton real quick. I've been working with them quite a bit on a few things. Chief Ford and me, we spoke about, doing the shooting range, stuff like that. He's all for it. So hopefully this summer we can do that, along with Brad Wells on his. But them detectives down there at Alton.
They don't mess around, man.
No.
They are good at what they do.
Detective Stewart, me and him are, I wouldn't say friends, but we deal with each other quite a bit. He goes out of his way to better the city of Alton.
Yeah.
there was a lot of theft issues going on down there by the islands from the scrapyard and all that. And he literally, I mean, he walked all the way down there. I mean, mud and all. I mean, he goes above and beyond for the city of Alton.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy, I cannot give him enough shout outs, just like Brad Wells.
Yeah.
The guy does a great job.
He does.
Scott Golicky, great job. Al Adams, all the I mean, Wood River, East Alton, and Alton, they are so lucky to have the ones they have. And then like Polito, he's now in Madison County.
I'm telling you, he's our.
I only thing I miss about Polito, or miss, compared to Ford and him, is Polito's Facebook posts.
Yeah.
Them are always killer.
Yeah, he's always more. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
And I don't know if Ford is really good on that Facebook deal.
Well, that's why, when he was still there, I liked their partnership because, it seemed like he did more of the PR and Jarrett was more in the ground and really good partnership.
Polito, he would inform the public on what's going on. And some people like Scott Golicky, great cop.
Wonderful.
Great cop.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't very good on that Facebook. I mean, I don't think the guy really knows how to text very good.
It's an art form.
Yeah, but he is a good cop. I mean, them guys, they've devoted their whole lives to the surrounding cities.
That's a good point, man. Because
I just took him donuts today. Well, my nephew did. My nephew's a little pain in the butt right now, so he went out and got a couple police departments some donuts to say sorry for being an idiot.
Well, it's really cool to hear that though, because there's sometimes I read a report from Dan or whoever wrote it and about an officer involved in something, and I'm thinking there's been countless times this last year where an individual that was obviously in crisis made a very foolish decision, and in any other portion of the county, or not the county, but the country, especially out of state, if you're in Missouri, you wouldn't have been breathing in 2 minutes.
No,
our cops have great restraint, and then the training they've been doing, Woody, is wonderful.
There was a couple people that just tried jumping off the Clark Bridge, and Alton has a girl down there that was able to, talk them off of it. That is like hands
big
down
time
amazing,
stuff.
right there. And then Wood River, they just recognized their dispatch lady.
I saw that, yeah.
She actually helped a lady give birth.
On the phone.
On the phone.
On the phone.
Man,
it's incredible. Well, it's just incredible. And Woody, the best of luck here in the next. Anytime you want to come back on, you can come on whenever. I just got to keep moving here. And I don't know if you saw. We just started a new partnership with Centerstone because they started a new substance use disorder treatment program, and we're really excited to share that here on the show. Twice a month, Centerstone experts will be on to talk about these programs and ways we can utilize them.
I'd like to come in and maybe pick their brains a little bit.
There you go. We'll have to set that up. Well, I do have a question for all of you at home. Are you looking for a fresh start on the road to recovery? Now, a life free from addiction is possible. And it starts at Centerstone. Centerstone's a national leader in mental health and substance use disorder treatment of people of all ages. And that's what I think's great. It's of all ages. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Addiction can happen to anyone at any time. With a commitment to delivering care that changes people's lives, what I think is wonderful is Centerstone's dedicated clinicians, they used evidence-based practices and treatment programs. So that means the recovery care plan's developed for them. It's not this old tried and true for 20 years that never worked. It's hands-on, and it's going to benefit you with the latest science. With so many unknowns on the road to recovery, one thing you can know, folks, is that Centerstone will be a constant guiding force for you on your recovery journey. Addiction can happen to anyone, but so can recovery. Start working on your recovery today by visiting Centerstone online at recoverwithus.org. That's recoverwithus.org, or call 1-877-HOPE-123.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit altontoyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
It's gonna be a long, long time. The touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh, no, no, no. I'm Rocket Man, burning out his fuse out.
10:50, welcome back. Got to get back to events. Coming up on Tuesday, here's what's coming down the pipeline. Load for me, darn it. Coming up on Tuesday, you can stop into What's Up downtown at the iMerge Community Center, formerly the Riverbender Community Center, right here at the building with Alton Main Street, as you get to learn the latest on what's happening with Alton Main Street at 5:30 p.m. At 4 p.m. in Edwardsville at the Ink House is their February happy hour. On Wednesday, you can stop on over to Pierre Marquette for their Bald Eagles Day. That's going to be a fun one. Then at 9 a.m., that Valentine drop-in station happening at Wood River Public Library. And at 6 p.m., it's the T&I Valentine's Day Alprow. Let's look at Thursday really quick. Sorry, we're going to have to keep speeding through these. We still got a lot to talk about. Drink for a Cause at Old Bakery Beer Company on Thursday, this time benefiting NGREC. And then at 10 a.m., the branching out genealogy classes at Hainer Library. Those have become quite popular. At 2 p.m. in Granite City, the Job Search Training Session Series takes place at the Niedring Housing Building. And then at 6 p.m., the ACO TAR Trivia Night, A Court of Thorns and Roses. That's at the Wood River Public Library at 6 p.m. And then Winter Damage at 7 p.m. at the Bethalto Senior Citizens Center. And then at 7:30 p.m. at the Sportsman's Club, it's Smokin' Aces Poker League tournaments. I'm in trouble. Ted keeps going, CJ, why haven't you shown up? You told me you were going to. I will. I promise. Maybe not this Thursday, but the next Thursday, I'll get embarrassed in poker. You know, I'm never embarrassed when I talk about Denise Sparks because she's truly the best at what she does. Not very often do you have somebody that has the determination of Denise Sparks that really just goes above and beyond. And whether or not you're using her for her 30 years of junk hauling, demolition, remodel, you need her for, she is the queen of junk, and she's earned that reputation. But let me tell you something. I have seen purple and yellow trash cans multiply. They're like rabbits. It's like there's a Denise Sparks can, and then there's 5 more like 2 days later. It's because the folks know about Denise Sparks' commitment to you. Yeah, it's not the other way around anymore where you kind of rely on the trash company. Remember the good old days where business relied on good customer service? It's back at Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling. Now, they service a ton of areas, whether you're in Bethalto, Brighton, Cottage Hills, Godfrey, you name it. You got to go on sparksjunkremoval.net and fill out their Book Now form. You might even save some money on your trash bill. You know, this is a great opportunity, and if you're an older individual out there, maybe you used the old trash company before the new one took over, and you're having some mobility issues, utilize Sparks Junk Removal, because what they have, I think, is better than anybody. They have a valet trash service, so if you're older and maybe you can't lift that bag out of your trash can, but you still want to live at home, you can. They'll do it for you. They'll knock on your door. They'll say, hey, we're ready to pick up your trash. They'll take care of it, take it down to your can for you, throw it in their truck, and then you're good to go. Didn't even have to break a sweat. SparksJunkRemoval.net. That's SparksJunkRemoval.net. The All-Star Award hits you next.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at SparksJunkRemoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
On a jet plane, I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. There's so many times I've let you down. So many times I've played around. I tell you now, they don't mean
10:56. Getting back to the show, that was a nice conversation. I always like talking to folks like Woody and Rusty Wheat and all those people that are really just, great folks that do so much for our community and also just keep it real. So you really kind of get a sense on what's going on. I'm glad that we do those, and thanks for watching them. We're keep growing, and I'm just having the best time of my life being here with RiverBender.com. And that was the cool thing. I think now it's starting to set in that, the show's doing pretty well, and I'm not bragging. It is. And it's kind of a cool problem to have is realizing that and just growing up a little bit. I'm kind of growing up with you guys. Well, kind of, in a way. And I don't know, just thank you for always tuning in. And thank you, John, for the opportunity of a lifetime and everyone on the team at RiverBender that makes me look pretty darn good each and every day. I just talk into this thing and they do all the leg work. I got to share this story with you. So I'm not going to put this in the All-Star Award tomorrow, but this deserves recognition. A U.S. Customs Border Protection dog sniffed out something unusual in luggage from a traveler returning from Africa. Mummified monkeys. True. The passenger returning from a visit to the Democratic Republic of Congo reported that the luggage contained dried fish, but an inspection at the Boston Logan Airport revealed dead and dehydrated bodies of 4 monkeys. The traveler said he brought the monkeys into the United States for his own consumption. Oh. How sick. Raw or minimally processed meat from wild animals, sometimes referred to as bushmeat is banned in the United States from the threat of disease. The incident happened last month, was made public on Friday. They said that no charges were filed, but all of the luggage was seized, and the nearly 9 pounds of meat was marked for destruction by the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. I mean, that's just terrible. And they shared a picture of the. And I'm not going to show it to you, but I mean, think about that. I mean, you're walking through and you see some guy getting sniffed out by dogs, and you think, "Oh my goodness, I'm glad we aren't on that guy's flight." And they're a bunch of dehydrated monkeys. That's interesting. Well, there you go. There's your wacky news story for the day. Actually, I have time for one more. Let's do it. An Oklahoma judge has stepped down Friday after she was caught sending hundreds of text messages from the bench while happening to oversee a murder trial in the killing of a 2-year-old boy, including text messages that mocked prosecutors were sprinkled with emojis. Her name is Tracy Soderstrom. She agreed to not seek judicial office again in Oklahoma under a proposed settlement agreement that was filed with the court on the judiciary. She had faced removal from the bench over accusations that included gross neglect of duty, oppression in office, lack of proper treatment, and failure to supervise her own office. Soderstrom had been scheduled to go on trial in a special court Monday. "I promise to uphold the Constitution in a fair, even-mannered, and efficient manner," Soderstrom said in the resignation letter. "I believe that I have done so. However, being human, I have so faltered." You think? I mean, there is nothing more disrespectful than that. But some good news. She's no longer in charge. At 11 o'clock, I'll see you tomorrow. We got a busy show. We're talking to the Girl Scouts of Southern Illinois. The Freers are in for Christmas in July, and we'll see what other trouble I can stir up on a Tuesday in the heart of the Riverbend. So on that note, have a great day. Try your best to stay out of jail.